You ever been in a room where the air feels heavy? Like it's holding secrets nobody wants to say out loud. That's how it felt in that courthouse in Maplewood, Ohio, on a sticky July morning. Judge Elias Thorne, a man who'd spent 25 years on the bench, walked in like he always did, shoulders squared, glasses low on his nose, robe crisp as ever. But this wasn't just another day. This was the day a white officer named Owen Reed lost it, stormed up to the bench, and slapped Elias, a black judge, right across the face. In front of everybody. Cameras, reporters, families, the whole damn town. Why? Because Elias dared to dig into the truth about a kid named Mateo Ruiz, a 15-year-old gunned down by Reed's squad for no reason but a water bottle and a hoodie. That slap wasn't just an attack on Elias. It was a middle finger to everything he stood for: justice, fairness, and the nerve to question a system that protected guys like Reed. But what happened next burned that system to the ground. Elias Thorne wasn't born with a gavel in his hand. Growing up in a shotgun house in Cincinnati, he was the kid teachers overlooked, the one they assumed wouldn't amount to much. "You're too quiet," they'd say, or "Stop daydreaming, Elias." But that quiet wasn't weakness. It was focus. He'd sit in the back sketching out arguments in his head, dreaming of a courtroom where truth wasn't just a word people threw around. By 55, he'd made it. The first black judge in Maplewood's history. Folks respected him, sure, but respect doesn't mean love. Behind closed doors, some still whispered he didn't belong, that the bench was too big for him. Elias heard it all, felt the eyes on him every time he ruled against the grain. But he never flinched. Not till Owen Reed walked into his courtroom and made it personal. That morning, the place was a powder keg. Outside, protesters clashed, half holding signs saying justice for Mateo, the other half waving blue line flags shouting Reed was a hero. Inside, the room buzzed with whispers, camera lenses glinting like vultures circling. Elias sat tall, his voice low and steady, reading the case file. Mateo Ruiz, 15, shot 4 times outside a convenience store. No weapon, just a water bottle glinting under the streetlight. Reed's report claimed Mateo reached for something. No body cam footage, conveniently lost. Elias knew the game. He'd seen it before. Reports cleaned up, evidence buried, truth twisted till it fit the story the department wanted. But this time, he wasn't letting it slide. "We're reopening this case," he said, calm as a summer lake. That's when Reed snapped. Reed strutted in like he owned the place, badge polished, smirk sharp as a blade. He didn't just take the stand, he claimed it. "You got no right sitting there," he spat, loud enough for every mic to catch. The room went dead silent, like the air got sucked out. Elias didn't blink, just folded his hands and stared at Reed like he was sizing up a man's soul. "Address the court properly, officer," Elias said, voice like steel wrapped in velvet. Reed leaned forward, eyes burning. "You're a fraud. This whole circus is a fraud." And then, crack, his hand flew across Elias's face. The sound echoed like a gunshot. A juror gasped. A reporter dropped her pen. Mateo's little sister, Isabel, 16, sitting in the front row, whispered, "Why is he allowed to do that?" Her mom, Elena, just stared, her eyes saying what her voice couldn't. "I've lost my son. You can't break me." Elias didn't touch his cheek, didn't wince. He just sat there, letting the sting settle, letting the room feel the weight of what just happened. "This court is in recess," he said, and walked out back straight like that slap was just another Tuesday. But it wasn't. That slap was the spark, and Maplewood was about to catch fire. Behind the scenes, Elias wasn't alone. Maya Chun, a young DA with a fire in her gut, had been digging through Mateo's case for weeks. She found holes, reports rewritten, witness statements altered, and a memo from Police Chief Greg Shepard that said, "Keep this quiet. We don't need another riot." Maya wasn't having it. Late nights in her office, she pored over grainy security footage, old emails, anything she could get her hands on. Then she found a body cam drive hidden by a former officer named Dana Wells. Dana had quit after Mateo's death, haunted by what she saw. Mateo's hands up, water bottle falling, Reed firing without a word. Dana couldn't face it, so she stashed the drive in a lockbox and tried to forget. But guilt doesn't let you forget. One rainy night, she showed up at Maya's door shaking and handed it over. "This is what they didn't want you to see," she whispered. Maya took that drive to Elias. In his chambers, they watched it together. Mateo's last moments, clear as day. "I'm not doing anything," the kid cried, voice cracking. Then the shots. Elias closed his eyes for a second, like he was carrying Mateo's weight himself. "We push forward," he said. Maya nodded, knowing what it might cost her, her job, her safety, maybe more. But silence wasn't an option anymore. Back in court, Maya played the footage. The room broke. Mateo's mom collapsed, silent tears falling. Isabel gripped her hand, whispering, "That's my brother." Reed sat stone-faced, but his leg bounced like a trapped animal. "That's doctored," he yelled, but nobody bought it. Not when they saw a kid's hands in the air. Not when they heard his voice beg. Maya didn't stop there. She dropped a bomb. 9 other cases, all minority kids, all tied to Reed, all swept under the rug. The gallery erupted. Outside, the crowd tripled, chanting Mateo's name. Hashtags like hashtag Say Mateo and hashtag Break the System lit up the internet. Dana, watching from home, finally spoke out on local news. "I wore that badge, and I let this happen. No more." Her words hit like a tidal wave. Reed's world crumbled fast. His chief, Shepard, cut him loose with a weak statement. His actions don't reflect our values. Bull. Emails leaked showing Shepard had coached Reed to clean reports for years. The feds swooped in, auditing the whole department. Reed faced charges: murder, civil rights violations, assault on a judge. He stood in court, no badge, no smirk, just a man staring at 25 years with no parole. "I didn't make the system," he muttered at sentencing. "I just followed it." Elias looked him dead in the eye. "You didn't just follow it. You hid behind it. And when it failed you, you hit me. But you didn't break me." The victory wasn't just Reed's fall. It was the Mateo Act, mandatory body cams, independent audits, a review board with regular folks, not cops. Isabel, now 17, started a notebook, filling it with legal terms, dreaming of law school. "I'm going to stand where Maya stood," she told her mom. Elena, still carrying Mateo's unopened water bottle, placed it by a new oak tree planted in his name. "He just wanted to watch a movie," she said, voice soft but steady. A kid's drawing taped to the courthouse steps read, "Mateo didn't forget us." Elias retired quietly, planting roses in his garden, one for Mateo. Maya started a fellowship in Isabel's name. Dana taught new cops to question fear, not kids. But here's the thing: justice isn't a finish line. It's a fight. Reed's gone, but the system he leaned on, it's still there, creaking, waiting for the next spark. So what do you think? Was this enough? Or are we still letting silence win? Drop a comment. Tell me about a time you saw someone stand up, or a moment you wish you had.